Hey guys, in tonight's video, I'm going to be showing you how to turn Minecraft into a simple RPG-like game. All these mods are made for 1.16.5, and as always, I'm going to be showing a bit of gameplay at the end so you can see what it all looks like put together. Alright, so the first mod we're going to be adding is TerraForged. TerraForged is a really vanilla-friendly world gen mod. I think it fits perfectly in this mod pack just because it opens a lot of landscape and makes dungeons stick out really nice. Another thing is it's also compatible with other world gen mods like Biomes So Plenty, so if you wanted to add that, it would work fine with it. Next up, we're going to be installing Journey Map. The Journey Map fits in perfectly because it helps you navigate throughout your world, and it just fits in perfectly with an RPG theme. I picked Journey Map over other ones because of its open world map that you can go ahead and view. I think it makes things really helpful, and you can put down waypoints and things like that, and it just helps with adventuring in general. Next up, we're going to be installing Rpg Hud. This mod completely changes your HUD in your game, and it is very configurable so you can change it to whatever you'd want. I think all of its effects are really nice, and it shows a lot of useful information on your screen, which makes the game just a whole lot better to play, honestly. And for the sake of this video, I'm going to be using the modern theme because it just looks the best in my opinion. Now next up, we're actually going to be installing a resource pack. The resource pack is the Fresh Animations resource pack. Now, I think this resource pack is awesome because it actually adds a slight animation to all the vanilla mobs in Minecraft. Mobs like pillagers, villagers, and iron golems all have moving eyes and eyebrows, and I think it just adds such a nice effect. So the next mod on our list is going to be When Dungeons Arise. Now this mod is insane, by far the best dungeon mod in my opinion. This mod adds giant structures to your world that you can find and come across while wandering around. And with the TerraForged mod, it adds a really nice effect because they stand out in the open, and it's just a really nice mod to have. So the next mod on our list is going to be Dungeon Crawl. Now Dungeon Crawl adds these small structures into your world that have giant underground dungeons beneath them. These dungeons are filled with mobs and a bunch of loot, and it's really fun to go ahead and explore. With some of the other mods that I'm going to be showing down the list, it makes this mod a lot of fun to go ahead and explore. Next up, we're going to be installing artifacts, which, well, add artifacts to your game. These artifacts can be found in loot chests all over your world, and they give you a bunch of small abilities. I think this fits perfectly into an RPG pack because every RPG game has artifacts in it that boost your character's stats, and it'll be a lot of fun trying to get all of the artifacts. The next mod we're going to be adding is the Rings of Ascension mod. This mod is very similar to the artifacts mod. You can find them in loot chests around your world, but these rings mostly focus on more of potion effects. Of course, there are some rings that do some special abilities. I think this fits in just perfectly and adds just a few more things that you can find in your world. The next mod on our list is the Dungeons Gear mod. Now this mod adds tons of weapons, bows, and crossbows that you can find around loot chests in your world. This wouldn't really be an RPG pack without a weapon mod because just using the vanilla weapons in Minecraft is just kind of boring, and having an assortment of weapons to find just spices it up just a little bit. Since now we have so many items to find in chests, next up we're going to be installing Mr. Crayfish's backpack mod. This mod simply adds a backpack that you can craft out of a couple leather. I think this mod is very useful because it stops you from having to go and travel from your base to a dungeon and back and forth multiple times, and it just helps a lot out with storage early to mid game. I also think it looks pretty cool sitting on your character's back. Nearing the end, the next mod on our list is the Champions mod. This mod makes it so that every hostile mob can spawn as a champion with a certain rank. These champion mobs can spawn in with more health, stronger abilities, special abilities, and they drop more loot. I think this makes exploring dungeons just a little bit more exciting because you never know when you can just run into a champion and be stuck in some intense fight for your life. So the next mod on our list is the Mutant Beast mod. This mod adds mutant versions of a bunch of the vanilla mobs in the game, and it makes exploring a lot more difficult because if you run into any of these things, you're gonna be in one hell of a fight. I think the mod is great because they have great animations, and they also all have good loot, so that when you kill them, it's actually worth it. The next mod we're going to be adding is the Better Animals Plus mod. This mod adds a bunch of animals from real life that you can come across while you're exploring. All the animal models are fantastic and they look amazing. I think this mod's really nice because it makes the world feel just a bit more alive while you're going around. So next up we have the Remastered mod. This mod makes it so that you have to actually play through a lot of Minecraft before you're able to go to the end. I think this is an awesome feature because sometimes going to the end is just too easy and you do that way before you do a lot of other things. With this mod, you're basically gonna have to go out and find tons of structures all over the nether and the overworld and find a bunch of eyes so that you can unlock a portal and then finally go to the boss. I think this makes progression in Minecraft flow just a lot better. The next mod on our list is called Offhand Combat. Now this mod is insanely cool. Basically, you're able to dual wield any weapon of your choice. I think this is a feature that should have always been in Minecraft, and it's really fun to mess around with. The final mod on this list is the Hats mod. A lot of you OG modded Minecraft players might remember the Hats mod from years back, and it was tons of fun. Well, the mod got brought back into 1.16.5 and it is tons of fun. You have dozens of hats to pick from and you can find them all over the world on top of animals or mobs or really anything. This doesn't necessarily need to be a part of the pack, but I think it just adds a lot of fun of exploring and it's just tons of fun to collect them. Now that everything is installed, let's show some gameplay. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always unsub later if you want. If you guys have any other video suggestions, please leave a comment below. Make sure to check it out. And big thanks to Asian Half Squat for the entire video idea. Anyway, have a good one.